Hi guys, so this video is on intonation. So I'm gonna teach you and you are gonna sit back, relax and understand. Thank you. I'm gonna begin by defining the term intonation, and actually this is the rising and the falling of voice as one speaks or as you speak. So sometimes as we speak, our voice may rise and at times it might fall. So we're gonna learn about the rising and the falling intonation. Let us begin by the rising intonation. Actually, when indicating the intonation, we use the arrows. For the rising, we use this one. You see the direction that it's facing. It's this one and not the other one. And for the falling, we also use arrows. It's falling in that direction but not in that direction. So the rising intonation is used in several instances. And the first instance, a yes-no question. Any yes-no question will take the rising intonation. For example, are you going to the meeting? Are you going to school? Are you going to the church? So our intonation here, it's gonna rise, or our tone of voice. Number two, they are used in double OH questions that seek clarification. Not all the double OH questions, but the double OH questions that seek clarification. For example, what did he say? You see, in that statement, you are seeking clarification. What did he say? So it's gonna take the rising intonation. Make sure you use your arrow correctly. After the double OH questions, we have the statements that are punctuated as questions. It is a statement, but then it has a question mark at the end. For example, you are coming with me. It can be a statement. You are coming with me. In that case, it will take the falling intonation. But if you add a question mark on that statement, then it's going to take a rising one. For example, you're coming with me? I guess so. So it's taking the rising intonation. And finally, to express surprise or disbelief. How dare you accuse me? One. A disbelief. So it's taking the rising intonation. And remember, it might take a question mark or it might take an exclamation mark. That is all about the rising intonation. We move to the second part. That is the falling intonation. You're speaking, but your voice, your tone of voice is gonna go down. So the first instance of a falling intonation is the statement. Any statement will take a falling intonation. I'm going to school. I'm going to the market. She is in the room. She is playing. Falling intonation. I saw him yesterday. Have a full stop there. So this one is falling. I saw him yesterday. Number two. Again, you have the double OH questions. But in this case, they don't seek clarification. Just a double OH question that don't seek a clarification. For example, how did we get lost? How did we get lost? I'm asking you. So this one is a falling one. From the double OH question, we go to the commands or the imperatives. You want to command someone. You're not gonna use the rising tone. Instead, you're going to use the falling one. For example, get out now. Get out now. Get out now. So it's falling. But remember, my intonation is not that perfect. But all the commands will take the falling intonation. Lastly, to make a request. So when making a request, you're not supposed to use the rising one. It's supposed to fall. May I use your pen, please? Can I borrow your car? So example, may I use your pen? May I use your pen? It's falling. May I borrow your book? So that is all about the rising and the falling intonation. But before I conclude, I have several questions that I want us to try together. On my board I have several questions, but before we do them together, okay, we're gonna do them together. But before we do that, I want you to pause your video and try to identify the correct intonation. Let me see what you can do. I know that you have done it and you're right. And number one, come over here. It's a statement, but then it has been punctuated as a question. Come over here. So it is taking the rising tone. Number two, have all the students been registered? Say yes, no question. So our tone of voice is also rising. Can I use an arrow to do that? Number three, there is hope for cancer patients. There is hope for cancer patients. That one is a statement. All statements take a falling intonation. Hand in your answer sheet right now. That is a command, and all commands will take a falling intonation. The next one. What was your suggestion again? What was your suggestion again? This one is a double OH question that seeks clarification. And all the double OH questions that seek clarification will have the rising, sorry, my pen is not writing. So all the double OH questions that seek clarification will have a rising intonation. And finally, what a wonderful watch you have. What a wonderful watch you have. It's a double OH question, but in this case, it is not seeking clarification. So that double OH question that does not seek clarification will take a falling intonation. So how many have you scored? That is very good. So before I conclude the video, I wanna clap for you for doing it, because now you know to differentiate between the rising and the falling intonation. And that brings us to the end of our lesson today. Thank you so much for watching, and I wish you the very best.